everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Good to see you guys. Today, I have a topic for you that has been, oops, don't fall, going on for me and people who's been reaching out to me. Everybody's looking for the right way to go for their situation when they want to meet somebody in Ukraine. And before I answer the question about why low-cost matchmaker will end up cost you more, I would like to tell you who are the people that need a matchmaker in the first place. So if you cannot travel to Ukraine more than 2 times a year, if you cannot take off more than a week, if you are older than 35 years old, if your business and your career demand you and it's very hard for you to make any kind of arrangements, and you do want to have a result, you don't have a lot of time to wait, maybe you want to have a child, maybe you want to have what I'm saying is maybe you did not have a chance to have a child and that's kind of your dream. I always say you want to have it with the right person, but the reason I brought it up is because you want to do it not too late. You want to do it. So in this case, the time means more than money. In case when your time is super valuable, in case when you have some dreams, ideas and goals in your personal life, damn it. Sorry guys. So in this case, the time is more important than money. So hello everyone. Look at I have a co-host today. He's super sweet, he's super cuddly, and he's very lovely. So he gonna be making sure I'm doing a good job. All right. Thank you. He's beautiful. I can't even he's huge. Hey guys, how are you? He's super sweet. So I'm just waiting a few minutes. I hope you heard my introduction. Yeah, that's a cool bear, King Bear. You like him? He's very sweet. Thank you guys. I have to say I'm very happy to be here again. Florida was fabulous, but be careful. But at my Airbnb, the connection was not so good, so I couldn't do my videos. In Orlando, the connection was better, but I didn't want to do my videos because I was busy. So here we are. Guys, I'm glad you're here with me. Thank you so much for joining. It's wonderful to see you all. Yes, Lance, home is good, yes. Home feels good, but sometimes I wonder where my home should be because this gray thing is starting to become old. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But I do love the feeling of being home. But sometimes you need to change your home. But that's another video. Let's stay on the topic, guys. I see a lot of people in the room tonight. So yes, home is where your heart is. That's true. It did feel good for some reasons. So let's stay on the topic, guys, and then in the end we can chat. Great to see you, Lance and Stan and everybody. Thank you guys so much. Bellas, what's up? So why is that the low-cost matchmaker will end up costing more? And I'm gonna talk from the experience of my clients, real life experiences. No, nothing from what I'm gonna say gonna be from my imagination. So like in anything in our life, when you invest and you get a better, higher level professional working with you, you simply get better results. You simply get better results when you ask, um, when you trust somebody that have a lot of experience, operates on a high level, and work with you one on one. Basically, it's a very personal, it's a very tedious job. Um, they end up saving you money in the long run, and not only money, but also time and heartbreak. So let's go from the opposite. I had a friend who was very proud that he saved on a matchmaker. He knew about the romance tours that can vary, but on average about $5,000. He knew about matchmaking packages that can be from $4 to $6, $7,000, and it does sound like a pretty big amount of money to many people. Everybody is on a different level, but to many people it sounds like, that's an investment. But if you think about it, if you're looking for a spouse, if you're looking for somebody who will be there with you, somebody who shares same interests with you, um, that's not a bad investment, because um, you want somebody that can look for you and pick up on the clues that you will not be able to pick up. Let's start from one example that I have. So the first one, it was somebody that I knew, and he was very, once again, proud that his matchmaking only cost him. It was about, I think, $1,000, like with translation and his cost. But guess what? The lady that was picked for him, she was not a genuine person. She was not the best match. And most important, whatever he didn't pay to a matchmaker to help him, he paid to her. She had every couple of weeks, she had a major crisis. She needs this and that. And actually, that's the reason he contacted me, because he wanted to know if that's okay, if the Ukrainian women consistently reaching out for money. And now it's normal to help to your lady. He did meet her. She was like his lady or his fiance even. But it was always money, money, money. And when he consulted with me for the first time, I did tell him that it's normal in situation that he was. But as it continues and progressed, I realized that he just she just taken advantage, complete advantage of him, and she's just not a sincere person. But he did save on a matchmaker, and so this girl was working together with matchmaker, and matchmaker in this situation is getting a cut. So basically, for translations and for whatever gifts or money gifts, that matchmaker that wasn't expensive is getting a cut. Do you understand? So you cannot get adequate information. You cannot get professional outlook. You cannot go into depths of things when you have a person that is not a great coach, not a great psychologist. Um, when you hire a high class matchmaker, you count on them, you rely on their expertise. If they have 10 plus, 15 plus years, they know what they're doing. They don't want a quick gain. They don't want to, quickly, get money from you and or make sure that the girl get some gifts and they run away. So basically, they are interested in a long-term relationship. They're interested to get you the best match possible. That in 2 years or a year from now, you're not gonna say, "Oh my gosh, that was a scammer." And that brings me right to another client who didn't really marry a scammer, but he realized that he married a really low-class person. After he moved to U.S., he told me that many people told me, "Do you even realize that you really married like a low class Ukrainian girl?" As a foreigner, a lot of times you can never define some things. We have some things that only we can see. I'll say it again. We have some things that only people of our nationality understand without the words. In my first case that I just told you, that somebody, was excited about low cost but ended up paying a ton more money to the girl, which wasn't real. Every friend of mine who had seen her picture would give me the big eyes. Like, are you serious? The reason why they did that, because even in our culture, you can see by the way the person presents themselves, by the way they look, by the way their body language is, that they are fake. So this just were my friends in Ukraine. We were trying to help and do things, and they just saw the picture, and anybody who did were shocked. The only person that didn't know what he was doing, it was the man that was going to marry that girl. So you putting yourself in a better position when you trust a professional. Just like you go to dentist, you don't go to a dentist who's on sale. If a dentist office will tell you, hey guys, today you can get everything on sale, it's half off, or you go somewhere and they just charge you super cheap, as much as you'd like to have a super cheap medical, care, or dentistry or whatever, you're not gonna do that, because they're probably not doing this right, and something is up and something is wrong. Same thing with a matchmaker. Somebody that you trust to make very important choice, and the right matchmaker can read between the lines. They can read the person. They spend with every girl, they spend time to get to know her, and they do not take every girl that wants to go in their agency or their database. And therefore, these matchmakers, because it's a custom work, they charge a lot more money on the one hand. On another hand, some of you guys are addicted to websites where you don't even know who you're talking to, you don't even know what you're doing. And on a website, what happens a lot is you just throwing away money because you don't know who you're talking to, you start to get emotionally attached, and all of the above. And before you know it, you are a couple $100 out every month. In many cases, you are about $400 to $500 out, and you are excited, but you have no idea what you're doing. So it's ended. If we count $500 per 10, so basically you could have hired somebody that will represent your interest, somebody who would work for you, considering your personality and what you're looking for, and somebody who would coach you and put you into place, somebody who will stop you when you start BSing yourself, when you gonna go for another thing that did not work out, when once again you will try to make mistakes you already make, and when you're gonna be unreasonable, when you're gonna be about to screw up again, the professional matchmaker gives you the reality check and gives you the guidance and tells you what your real chances are and supports you when you get them. So basically, you have a very customized professional service. You have to have that kind of chemistry and understanding. So it's very, very personal. But I can guarantee you guys that when you do some very important things in your life on your own, you have a huge chances to screw up and pay more. So unless you have a job that is, maybe you are like a millennial and you are in your 20s and 30s, you can work online, you have ton of money coming in with your online business, and you're a really sharp looking younger guy, as I said, like under 35 years old, and you can go to Ukraine 5 times a year and spend several weeks where you can just mingle with people and meet somebody. You probably do need help of somebody who is professional and dedicated and wants you to succeed, and not BSing you and promising you things that you will never get. So that's a very personal service, right, right, Bear? He said yes. So I just want you guys to know that, because I was talking to a friend of mine and a client of mine, and somebody that I really care about, and he showed me a letter from the girl that he never met. He is talking to her through Matchmaker that translates things as well. And he showed me that she was just asking for, basically she wrote this elaborate message with a bunch of manipulations that could really be a textbook, how to manipulate and to ask somebody for a new phone when you had never met a person in your life. Matchmakers that charges you, that's a VIP service that charges you for their time, will never let a letter like this come through. He would let that girl go, and he would not work with that girl, because a genuine woman that wants to get to know you, she will not write you letters asking about the gifts and the phones and all of the above. The girls that wants to get to know you, she can't wait till you come, and she will probably ask to maybe Skype you or have a conversation with you through some kind of video, so she can kind of feel your energy and see who you are. The problem is when you engaging with the ladies through the matchmakers that doesn't filter them well, who doesn't vet them well, doesn't categorize them and see who is real, who is not, you losing the most precious thing in this world is time. Because if the girl, before she even met you, before she even, I don't know, video chatted with you like I'm talking to you right now, and she's already got a list of things that she wants for you to do, and she already has a preference and all of that, the only thing is that means that she has no interest in anything but to see what she can get, and can she get it fast. She has no interest in your personality, in all of the above. She just really doesn't care. You get what you pay for, that's right. But the problem is here that you can get emotionally involved, and also you're losing the time. Guys, you remember that it's a time. You losing the most precious um, thing in the world is time, because you think that you're working on getting to know somebody and you don't want to be a stingy person. And you guys know that in Ukraine, gifts is a culture. I'll make a separate video on what is appropriate on what stage of relationships, and gifts are the culture. But you still need to use common sense. If somebody tells you the whole text message or what they want and what model and color that should be, that's a huge red flag. It means that once again, this is what they're there for, and they're hoping to get it fast. And you think that you investing in something, you put a seed of a new relationship or new friendship or something like that, and it's not that. And the matchmaker of this low class so-called agencies or low class organizations, she gets a cut. Whatever the girls get, she gets a cut from that. So that's just a total BS. Okay, I will make a damn it. I will make a separate video on what's appropriate on what stage. And gifts are fun, guys. Don't get me wrong. Flowers are fun. Relationships are fun. But it's not fun when people use you, when people think you're an idiot and you spending your time and then you're gonna fly there to just go out with somebody instead of having somebody who's interested in you, right there. Yes, he's absolutely agreeing with everything I say. All right, guys, let's see what you're saying. Oh, yes, he's very cute. Okay, William, you can write me at consultveronica@gmail.com. I have a website email, but this email is better for me. If somebody could be so kind and type it in the chat, consultveronica@gmail.com, I'll be grateful. So, William, if you need my help or you want to consult what's better way for you to go, you can request it via email. Hey, Kevin, how are you? I agree with you. Odessa in summer is like a golden place for gold diggers. It's famous. Doesn't mean you cannot go there. It's a fun place, but just be very careful because even drinking at the bar, you can get something in your drink and then you wake up without documents and without money. I would say if you go to Ukraine for the first time, you have somebody you maybe I can help you with personal assistant. I live in U.S. by the way. Some of you guys not sure. I'm not always making it clear. I live in Michigan in United States, but I have connections, and everybody has different needs. Somebody just need assistant, couple hours here, couple hours there. Somebody needs more help. They're going to be a meetup and a free seminar with Alex Pinto in Florida on February 1st. So he will be presenting sharing his experiences. He will be sharing successful stories of his clients, unsuccessful stories of his clients, and just breaking the legends and the myths of dating Ukrainian women. What I like about Alex, he is very straightforward. He's very direct, and it's pretty awesome that he lives in Poltava in Ukraine. He's originally from Portugal. He got his channel for him dating our Ukrainian women guide. You can check it out. So if you live somewhere in Florida or close to it, once again on February 1st, I believe it's 6 to 9 p.m. Del Rey area in Miami, he will have that seminar where you can just meet him and talk to him, and if you'd like, you can hire him to help you, or you can just listen and figure out if that's something that you can you would consider doing maybe in future, or maybe it's something that's not for you. All right, Kevin, send me an email because we hadn't been in touch for a while, so I don't know what you're doing. So let me know. It's good to know you're gonna be in Ukraine, and we can stay in touch and see what we can do. So, anyways, if you would like to attend the seminar on February 1st, send me an email to consultveronica@gmail.com or comment under this video and share your email, and I'll send you the flyer for the event. Just so you know. I think if you are in US, it's a great time to connect and ask questions and meet somebody in person. Another thing, guys, about matchmakers, you have to absolutely have a match personality. You might meet somebody in person and say, that's not my kind of person, or we're not getting along. It's kind of like doctor. You can just, you can be with somebody who you do not trust, who you do not like. It would be very hard to work with somebody who does not get you, does not understand you. Another red flag that I've been coming and learning from my clients is, yes, you can contact me through Facebook, but I get so many messages on Facebook, so you can try. What was I going to say? Okay, another red flag is when the low-cost matchmaker, who is also a translator, wants to share dinners with you, vacations with you, and things like that. I understand that for the first meeting, you need a translator, but it is very important that you meet a classier girl that speaks some English. Because let me tell you, as a woman, when you have a date with somebody, the last thing you want is to have a third wheel. The last thing you want I feel like I'm on a date right now. The last thing you want on a date is to have a third wheel. And Ukrainian women are like that. You cannot create intimacy with a man having a third woman or a third man at the same table. Yes, I understand. For the first meeting, it's okay. But on the other hand, for me, if I would be the girl that goes out on a date, I don't want a translator even on the first date, because I want to connect with this man. I don't want to think I don't want to have this round, or this message going back and forth. I want to connect eyes to eyes to the person that is there. If I'm interested, if I'm not interested, I would invite a bunch of girlfriends to come, and my mom and maybe my grandfather, But if I'm interested in that man, I want to just talk to him. I just want to enjoy his company and get to know him. So each time when you have a girl that is, oh, I need a translator, I don't get it, well, learn some English. Get a translation device. Once again, for the first meeting, that's one thing. But if the translator keeps showing up, you're not having intimacy. You're not going to have your first kiss, first hug, and it's going to be weird. And it's not, as women, we connect with you when you are off your phone, when you are off the television. Guys, the focus and attention, undivided attention, create miracles. Because in our regular lives, we're distracted, we are all over the place, and nobody gets the beautiful, feel good focus. In nowadays, somebody gives you that focus, somebody takes time to look in your eyes and talk to you, not being, once again, texting and watching shows and just going around news feed. It's a big deal. And when you have a third person, a fourth person, it's not the same. Intimacy means two people, just two. Yes, when you just meet somebody, one or two times, you might have some social settings. But yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, about the translators. I would not, it just doesn't make And sometimes the guy can fall for a translator. Why? Okay, listen to this one. Why would the man, if he sits with the two pretty women, and one is speaking English, the other one doesn't, he might end up connecting with a translator a lot better than with the original girl, because that girl might take forever to be able to communicate. And the translator girl is just as pretty, maybe more, and she speaks English. So he might walk away with the translator. Basically, it's not an intimate. It's like for the girl that goes for a date with two guys. Believe me, she's gonna if she's anything like me, she's gonna flirt with two of them, and she's gonna have fun because it would be very awkward if she would just flirt with one. It's kind of, I don't know, it's almost rude. You're trying to divide your attention for two. So it's just really a challenge rather than help. So choose a smart girl that speaks English. Yeah, it's 21st century. I'm trying to see, guys, your messages. Yeah, I agree with you, Kim. And sometimes you have more fun when you translate. You laugh, and you see how person deal with difficulty. You get to know each other. Of course, it's nice when the person knows some English, but I had once again somebody that I knew really well, and they had this situation. Guys, stop writing funny comments. So in that situation, the girl would take a translator with her to everywhere, even to the vacations. They would go for vacations and the translator would be there. That tells you that your fiance or your girl is not interested in you and getting to know you. Because going on a vacation with a third wheel, unless that's your child or something like that, is really weird. The woman that wants to have intimacy with a man, she will never drag another woman with her. And not out of the jealousy, but because, once again, if you're going for vacation and you want to look at sunsets and you want to have romantic dinners and you want to have some special times, you cannot bring the third wheel. It's going to be very awkward, and you won't have time to get to know the other person. Because, and if you're having too much time, guys, if you're having too much fun with that, it means that you're not connecting with the girl. It means that you're having fun as a company, and that's not the right setting for a serious relationship. It could be the right setting for something else, but it's not a serious relationship right setting. You want to make sure, because you will end up only marrying one, and you might marry the wrong one. You might find out once again the translator is more fun than the girl, because with the translator you also connect verbally very well. You can express things and understand each other better. So it's a very bad idea, and there is no point to do that. So that's a huge red flag. If you see that your girl is glued to her translator, there is something wrong. She's bored with you. She doesn't want to get intimate with you. She doesn't want to understand you. She doesn't want to learn about you. She wants to have a girlfriend with her so she doesn't die from boredom. I'm just saying. Right? He says I'm totally correct. Yeah, most people under 30 definitely speak English, that's for sure. And, trying to read your messages, guys. William, I cannot write you email right now. So I mean, you can try to contact me on Facebook Messenger. It's just when you guys contact me on Facebook Messenger, I don't see your messages. Message it comes as a request. So I have a lot of those, and I don't know who is who. So it's better if you have an email, send me to consultveronica@gmail.com. Okay, I'm gonna read a few comments, guys. Oops. Okay. To me, it's all weird until I made Ukrainian friends. Then it felt more like I was not an outsider, more part of the crowd. Crowd. Good for you. Kevin is saying Veronica is right. If a girl wants a translator after one or two meetings, she is not truly interested. Yes, she is not. Every woman wants to feel that she is the only one in the world. When it's, you know, getting to the certain point, she doesn't want to share you. That's another thing. She doesn't want to share you, and it's just, there is a reason why there are tables for two, candles for two, and all of the above. Unless you're non-traditional and you have some, weird thoughts, but then you are at the wrong place. This kind of stuff you should do a lot earlier and not for the marriage. That's totally out of the conversation. If you didn't have enough of fun till you considering to get married to somebody, then go back, have more fun, and then get serious. Because you don't want to, the person that is for fun is very often a bad idea for the marriage. Don't ask me how I know that. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. um, William is saying, I would probably fall for you if you were my translator. You're sweet and it's hard to hear. Okay. Yeah, so, that's right. I mean, you just, if you want to create intimacy and connection, you want to focus on just that one person. And I can tell you, for the genuine woman, your attention, your eyes, the way you talk, the way you ask, everything you do means more than, that the flowers you brought or the gift you brought. And I tell you why. Because when you look for the long run, you look for somebody who you feel comfortable with. All those things will come later, the treats, the trips, I don't know, the furs, whatever it is, the cell phones. I mean, you don't even think about those things. When you find your person, you enjoy those things, but it's nice to have a strong base of a strong connection. So the woman that is not desperate, that has a lot of admirers, that she goes with you on a date, and she feels like she's seen, she's heard, you hear her, she hears you, she understands and listens, and there is this beautiful thing that nobody can explain, but it feels amazing. She will want to come back again. She will want to get to know you. I'm not saying you should not be a gentleman, but there is nothing like having fun together. And then if you met a person that you were meant to be with, you remember these times forever. You remember these times forever, and then becoming your family special, history. And I actually now, as I'm talking to you guys, I actually have a great friend in Ann Arbor, uh, a very bright and charismatic lady that was a translator, and she ended up marrying her client over the girl that she was with. Um, she ended up having a marriage and two beautiful sons. So I forgot, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised with that. So, guys, I just want to tell you that when you have certain status in life already, you're not struggling, you're not in debt, you're not between jobs, you're not in a situation where you need help yourself, uh, and you don't have time to spend months at a time in Ukraine. One of the best things you can do is hire a personal translator. Well, that too, but one of the best things you could do is to have a matchmaker that will work with you. I like Matchmaker over the romance tours because when you go on the romance tours, you know nothing about people there. The problem I see with that is this: you might find a pretty girl and have, there is a lot of people. You don't have enough of time to get to know somebody on the social. That is just my opinion, um, very subjective. But to me, you see a pretty girl or you see a handsome guy or interesting guy, but you have no time. You can't, you don't know. There is only this much you can get to know them for that much, and then they have to go to another table, and it feels just weird. Um, Another thing, you might be an engineer and you have your interest, like let's say you love science and you like this girl, she's so charming, but she's a hairdresser. I have nothing against the beauticians and hairdresser. In fact, we could use some here in Michigan, but you might not have enough in common with that, and you will only discover that you have nothing in common on the date that's going to be right before you go back, and you made it to the final dinner, but 2 months after your relationship faded away because you didn't have enough of common ground. You don't have enough of common um, interests, and you didn't get to know each other enough, and you spend those the money on a tour. So it works for some people. It works. I'm not saying that tours are not productive. There are people that get married and happy, but for my experience, if you have your personality, your circumstances, and you need a good coach, somebody who will teach you how things work if you don't know very well Ukrainian culture, and most people don't, it's a good investment. It's a great investment. And also there is a certain level of responsibility. Matchmaker cannot guarantee you anything 100%, but they sure put the effort. They sure put the effort to make things good. Because they want to have you on their record, because they want to be proud, they want to have a purpose, that they want to know that, hey, I matched these people, I matched them, and they're happily married, and I can put them on my board. So, all right, Bear, slow down. I, I agree. Real women can be very pretty. All these pictures that you see on the websites and things, guys, you have to understand there are filters, um, photoshops, and all that. So don't get carried away. Well, I would recommend Alex Pinto. There are some more good people. You can just look through the, you can look in the search because, but the thing about Alex he is the president of Matchmaker Alliance. So he has a really huge database, and if he can help you, or he have resources to to still fulfill that your special need, as they have this huge organization and he's the head of it, and it's pretty exciting. And we've been talking with him, and we're planning to do, to maybe record a few videos together. Oh no, don't fall. And do some things. Um, Currently, he's getting ready for the his seminar, and I think if you guys are in US, the seminar is free, and it's gonna happen in Miami on February 1st. So request the information if you want it. Um, uh, Gina, I in my opinion, when you are a little bit older, you are in your like late 40s and 50s, sometimes, and you don't have a lot of time. Sometimes having a matchmaker, a lot of times, is not a bad thing, because if you can only come to Ukraine so rarely and you don't have any connections, you're not comfortable. It's not always. It's not always. It's not that easy. I mean, if you're in a different stage of life, if you're a younger guy, you can just go out. You definitely don't need a matchmaker. But when you have, not only is that you're older, but you have specific things you want. Um, you have specific things you want in your lady. Maybe you want a child, or you want her to have specific education or beliefs. You know, it really helps when you have somebody who um, will guide you and help you. But if you're talented, you can do it on your own. You can at least try. I agree with Gino. Maybe you could go for the first time by yourself and try some stuff. But just be aware that the doors of heaven might not open right away. Well, that's awesome, Gina. But you were lucky to meet your lady online, um, through social media site, and she turned out to be real. You know, so good for you. And I'm not saying it's impossible. Maybe we should record an interview with you so you can tell into details how you met and how you kept the relationships, because not everybody can afford the matchmaker. But I would say, if you're choosing between a low cost matchmaker or a higher cost or high value or low, I mean, if you cannot afford, maybe you should save a little bit and do it later. I don't know, maybe you need to find another job, because either way is not gonna be cheap, because you have to provide for at least, guys, you have to provide for at least 2 or 3 years for your lady till she find, and she's hoping that you will be always a provider. You have to understand that in Ukrainian culture, man is a provider. Even if she has a career, she doesn't want to be a 50-50. For Ukrainian women, 50-50 is she's living with a roommate. It's not like in America, where most families are 50-50. I mean, many. If you're 50-50, you're a roommate and she doesn't want you. But American women a lot of times don't spend that much time on, being pretty and doing the nails and the hair. So it's a feminine side, and if you can't afford it, it's okay. You just need to learn that and do something else. So, all right, guys, I love talking to you. I actually really miss talking to you. I might even make another video later today or tomorrow. I have to go right now. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm glad you enjoyed my videos. I'm happy to be back and be able to do my work. I have so much going on, guys. I was so sick this weekend. I had a really bad cold, coming back to Michigan. But I'm better and happy to be back. Well, thank you for the compliments. I'm just scrolling through the screen. Oh my God. Guys, you all have very good taste. Let me tell you that. Thank you. I hope this video was helpful. If you want to know once again about event in Miami on February 1st, if you want to talk to a coach, a dating coach for Ukrainian women, please